Hello. So I thought I would try something new. Since I am in my car, I have some time to contemplate and self-reflect, and got a bit of a drive. So I don't know how audio is going to sound, and I don't know how the video is going to look, but I've got plenty of time to deep dive into where my brain is at, what I do, like all of that fun stuff. Today is March 23rd, 2026. Today is day 4 of me trying this whole thing out. I just got off work. Like a few minutes ago. I worked early this morning, so I was up early in the morning and moving early in the morning, doing all the fun stuff right away. It's been a good day. So far, so good. So good. Whatever the words are. My 3 things that I'm grateful for today. Well, I guess one thing would be that I'm grateful for the fact that today I worked early in the morning and it is only like not even 3 o'clock yet and I'm off. So I get to go home and relax and enjoy the day for a little while. I don't get that opportunity often. Only because most days I'm working 9:30 to 6, so I'm getting home around 6:30 p.m., which I would say is technically earlier still than like it could be. For the last, maybe 4, 5, 6 years, maybe even. I would say the last 6 to 7 years. I've only ever really worked jobs and at places that like required, or like where I'm the one working the PM shifts normally. So the last job I had before this, I was getting off at like 10 p.m. most nights. But every now and then there was a night where like I got off around 1, 2 in the morning, so it's been refreshing. It's nice to be a morning person again. I actually find myself enjoying life a little bit more. So work in the morning, getting off at such a good time of day. It's been nice. What I'm grateful for, point number 2, car rides. To be honest, most of my life I've worked pretty close to home. The last job I had, not so much. But these specific car rides, the ones that I am doing right now, there's something different about it. I am I've been using this time to reflect every morning and every night. I get in my car, I throw on some good calming music. There's normally not lyrics, and if there are, they're very like affirming and positive. I haven't I haven't listened to any pop music in forever. I haven't listened to any grunge, alternative emo, no rock, no anything really. I just haven't. There's some not so fun reasons behind that, and it sort of blows. Really sucks. I've only talked about it in one video. That's the first video, but I don't plan on talking about it frequently. She doesn't deserve that. And maybe I'll do a whole deep dive for myself, just focusing on that. But right now, I just need to really focus on my mindsets and thoughts. So it's just hard to listen to a lot of music that I used to enjoy because I feel like I feel her and see her in all of it. I mean, when you spend 6 years with someone, when you're in love with them for 10, it's really, really hard to not feel like you see them in everything you do, and like it's really hard to try to separate those voices and those feelings when they've been there for a really long time. So I'm working on that. So we'll see what happens there. I guess. Yeah, no, I don't listen to a lot of music unless right now it's reflective songs and positive affirmation music. Which has been very beneficial and nice, to be honest. I feel a lot better about it. I don't feel like it pulls me down the way that like normal pop music can. Love songs, great, cool, amazing. I'm not ready for that. That, and I've also been listening to been using an app that plays summaries of self-help books. And just listening to those and taking time to reflect on those and what I can do to improve myself, my life, the way I approach things is really, really nice. I've implemented certain things that I'm like, oh, I never thought about that. That's a great way to look into and look at that specific thing, whatever that may be, whether that's trying to relearn my finances, trying to relearn myself, just all of the above of things that just have been pulling me down. I'm a very anxious person, and I also have depression. And those two are the best duo in the world. You will never meet a more powerful partnership than you will with anxiety and depression. They practically go hand in hand, and if you have one, you more than likely have the other. More than likely. And so for me, just my head wants to be negative all the time, and pulling myself out of that and focusing and working on all these little things really do add up. So yeah, no, I have the worst, most powerful duo in the entire world, and it sucks. And so finding things that help shift that, or even listening to things that talk about shifting that, just surrounding myself in like the most positive environment, in the most forward moving and just perfect environment that I can is all I'm trying to do. Spending time focusing on all the negative things, it's not going to help anything. It's just going to pull me down, just going to make me feel like trash. And it's just not a fun place to be, so why would I want to be there? Of course, again, I'm also going through a breakup, and that's been fun. Not really, but it's been fun. And so, I'm just trying to figure those things out slowly. And my third point of something I am grateful for: my busy life. So, see, that one feels like a catch-22 right now. Which is honestly why I'm doing this. I work a lot right now. I have 2 jobs. One job is a filler gap job. The other one is the job that is my main source of income, my main outlet, which is the one I've just worked today and the one I'm on my way home from. That one is my main source of income, my main job. I work that one the most. All those things. The benefit, whatever, the full-time job. The other one's a filler. So I work there maybe 2-3 days a week, depending on what my first job, my schedule is there. And I only get 1 full day off every 2 weeks. It keeps me busy, keeps me moving, keeps life going. And I'm not trying to use it as a distraction. I'm trying to and keep my body moving, keep me busy, get myself out of the house. I said something yesterday about how right now my social group is my work. And a part of that is because I am working 2 jobs, 6 to 7 days a week, 13 days in a row every time, which is a lot. It is a lot. The only reason it hasn't pulled me down yet is because I work shifts like my Mondays are always these early morning shifts. And the second job I have is the business closes at 2 p.m. So I'm off by 3. a little before 3 most days, 2:30, 3 o'clock. So the bonuses to all of that is I work a full day. I get the afternoons off 3 days a week. 3 to 4 days a week, I have my afternoons completely free. And so it's not like life is 10-hour days, 13 days in a row. It's somewhere between 6.5 to 8.5 hour days, and I still have an entire day. Granted, I have now just hit being awake for 12 hours already, and it's only 3 o'clock. But I'm not going to go to bed for another 5-6 hours. That's 5 to 6 hours worth of just enjoying the sunlight, playing some video games if I'm feeling up for that, task management, working out, all of the things, whether it's focusing on myself for a little bit, it's all focusing on myself. Every one of those things I just listed on is something where I'm focusing on myself. And honestly, that's really nice. I get to spend time with myself, be able to enjoy me. Some days are rougher than others. Some days are really rough. I very much so stuck on my last relationship. And so that's where the catch-22 being busy comes into play. Because I'm staying busy, I still get a lot of free time. My work-life balance has never been better. But in those 5 months, every single morning I've woken up. She is my first thought, and she is my last thought. And I don't wish her any ill will. I think life can just suck sometimes, We didn't break up because we didn't love each other. There are parts of that hurt way more. I think it would be so much easier if she had said that she didn't love me at all. At all. Feelings faded, died, crashed out. I think it would be just so much easier. Her leaving me is what needed to happen for her to feel like she could grow. So this is the first time in over a year where I feel like I'm finally getting out of this murky quicksand. I'm not even mad. I've tried to be mad at her. I've tried to make myself hate her. I've tried to name everything and anything under the sun as to why I should not want to be with her. Everything. And unfortunately, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I always think of all those reasons and go, she was scared. Or she was just as lost and confused as I was in the situation, and that's why that certain emotion or experience happened. or she was tired. She couldn't fight any longer. And it's hard. Because I always thought that everything that we were, everything that we had was worth fighting for, no matter how bad it would get. But she was tired. She was exhausted, she was tired, she had no more strength. I feel guilty for some of that. I feel like some days it's, well, what if I had said hi to one more person? What if I had even had a minute longer conversation with one person? Would she have been more understanding? Would she have had a little more energy to be able to fight these fights with me? What if I'd smiled one more time every day? What if I had said, I love you more? My brain wants to say that those things would have helped. But the reality is she was already checked out. I wanted to end my life more days than not in the year 2025. And selfishly in my hurtness, or whatever word you want to use is, I just wish she would have understood and fought and understood where I was at. She tried so hard to learn and understand mental health, but the reality is she couldn't. She hasn't been able to. I remember whenever I would get to those really, really low points, I would be honest with you. Hey, I feel like I need to stop existing today. Of course, I used a lot more harsh words, a lot more depth in there. And I just remember the conversation going almost the exact same way every single time. And in reality, those conversations always make me feel guilty for wanting to hurt myself and my life. Because I can't make her feel guilty. It's not her fault that I want to end my life. She always made me feel guilty about it. And there are parts of that actually make me want to end my life even more. But that's a completely different conversation. It's not easy, this journey, this road that I'm on in life. And it's not going to be for a while. I truly believe that I am floating down the river of denial. And it hurts. I just I love her so much still. I think about her every single morning and every single night before I go to bed. And I don't know if she's resistant. That's the unfortunate, sad truth of breaking up. She's out there living her life, maybe seeing new people already, maybe not. Maybe when she had made the decision that she was going to no longer be with me, she already had started seeing new people. I don't know. It's not my business. I do think about it, and it hurts. It's like I said, my anxiety makes me think of every situation and scenario that could play out in the books. And one of those is that she started seeing someone before she told me that we were no longer together. We're coming back together. And that really, really sucks. I just have to be grateful that I don't always go down that rabbit hole of thought processes. It's it's a shitty spot to be in sometimes, but I do, and I am not blameless in what people do. I my truth to it though is probably not the truth that she knows. My perspective on what happened isn't the same as hers. I said I lost everything, absolutely everything 5 months ago, and that is the truth. It really starts all the way back at the beginning of 2025 when I started losing things, though. I lost her, I would say, all the way back in January when I wanted to take my life and I almost attempted to. For the first time, I had seriously considered it in over 8 years, maybe 6, a wonky period of time. I don't remember exactly when, but it was the first time I seriously considered it. And I think I lost her in that. I think she thinks that I made it a selfish thing, and that's not the case at all. I just didn't know how to do life anymore. Felt like everything around me was moving in certain directions, and I wasn't able to catch up or do it at all. It sucked a lot. lost a lot of hours at my job. The company I worked for was doing major budget cuts, and my department took the biggest. The only reason I still had a job was because they were able to beg and plead to keep my part of the department on. We were technically a different, like a branch in the department, right? And they wanted to lay off everyone, but they were able to beg and plead and get us to stay. Long day. Tired. The outcome of that was I started making a lot less. I was never able to actually keep up with her financially. I didn't realize it was as big of a problem. I knew it was becoming a bigger and bigger problem towards the end, and I was trying to get there. I just, every time I thought, I can do this, I got this, I would have another random depressive episode, and that sucked a lot. She broke up with me because I couldn't financially keep up with her. In the end, that's really what it was. I couldn't keep up with myself anymore. I couldn't keep up with anything. And there were parts of it where I gave her every ounce of me. I cleaned the house. I would bake her goodies if we had things to do that. Maybe I'd go out and buy an item or two for whatever I wanted to bake her. I tried to just show her how much I still appreciated and loved her, to the point where I was exhausted trying to not disappoint her. And no matter what I did, I disappointed her. Truthfully, there was nothing I could have done that would have been good enough for her at that moment in time in life at all. I could have been making 6 figures, and I still would have been a disappointment, because then I probably would have been seen as a materialistic jerk. I thought we were creating a life together, and I was so content and happy with having her in my life. That was the only reason that I stayed alive for the entire year of 2026. The only one. So losing that, especially when I was even lower and sinking even faster, was really hard. I am ending on a really low note, but it doesn't mean that life isn't good. And it doesn't mean that it's not getting better. Because it is. I am a better person today than I was even yesterday. And this journey is only going to get easier. So, day 4, March 23rd, 2026.